What do you think? Do you have the same issue that I have? It's boring. But yeah, I'm learning, so... Hello everybody, this is Rahel. And today I will ask your forgiveness because if you can hear, I'm sick. And I decided to film this video nonetheless because I'm getting sicker and sicker, so it would even be worse if I would film it tomorrow or the day after. And so since I still want to have something out this week, I hope you will not mind too much. I've been posting videos on this YouTube channel for 6 months now, and I wanted to do how my life has changed with 500 subscribers or so, but then we passed the 500 when I had already something else planned, and that's why this video comes out now, which happens to be 6 months into this journey for me. And I wanted to tell you first what is the reality of doing this as a newbie, but also what I learned so far. First, probably you can tell by the quality of the videos, despite setting them to the highest possible quality on YouTube, they are still not the best out there because I work with poor and cheap equipment. That's all I have. And something you might have noticed over the past months is the huge change in lighting in my videos, because I live in Finland and the seasons are quite extreme. So much that the past 2 videos I filmed them around 9 p.m. and the light was just as bright as 3 p.m. Whereas all the other videos that I filmed in December, January, February and March were more or less filmed still in the evening, because it didn't matter at what time I would film because there was not enough natural light either way during the day. And even when we had light, it was cloudy, and that's just normal for southern Finland in winter and most of spring. But now that we have very long days, I can use natural light at any point in the day. And of course it's better. But since I don't have that in winter, I have to find other solutions. And so I bought a couple of lights, very cheap ones, the same ones that I would use for Zoom calls, for instance. And then I used all possible lights at the same time. But I also have some lights that I will show you here. These are called SAD lights, for seasonal affective disorder. And these are very powerful, and you're supposed to use them in the morning to wake up, so maximum 30 minutes exposure to this type of light with one lamp only. But since I don't have any more powerful lights than those, I try to arrange them around the setting for filming the videos, and they were better than nothing. But then when I was editing the videos, I made the mistake of not color grading using a strong light while I was looking at the screen. And that's why you will see several errors in my early videos, because they are either too saturated or there's something else that doesn't really look appealing, you know, to the video itself. And so now I learned from that mistake, and over time you might have noticed, if you've been around for a while, that I've been improving that. But yeah, I'm learning, so you are witnessing my learning process as I go. Now, for me, the best part of filming videos for YouTube and uploading them is actually editing. I truly enjoy it, perhaps because, you know, in high school or in uni, or in my case for my PhD, you have to make a bunch of presentations, like PowerPoint presentations. And that was always the most enjoyable thing for me, like to play with colors and structure and schemes and to to find visual ways to represent something, an idea, or some more or less complex concept. And to me, video editing is more or less like that. Of course, it's a bit more complicated, especially at the beginning, to learn the workflow. But once you get it, then you can start experimenting on top of the skills that you acquired. And that, again, is a work in progress. So I'm learning every single video something new. I am adjusting, the audio, when to add some sound effect, what is too much, is it enjoyable? And I'm playing around with this, and especially I enjoy editing because I love to be alone on the laptop and to figure out when to work during the day. When I feel more productive, then I can go with that schedule. And I notice that I'm more productive, especially when it comes to video editing, in the night. So sometimes I just go on until 3 a.m. and I'm perfectly fine because, again, nobody really cares when I'm working as long as I get the job done. So the creation itself of this product, of this little film, which of course it's not a film because I'm not able to do that, but the creative process itself is what I enjoy the most. Besides, I'm an avid watcher of YouTube videos, films, TV shows, and I love to learn how others do, and I spend time trying to understand how others made some kind of effect. I love the power of editing in cinema too. So it's so fun to do it in a much simpler way and smaller way. For me, the worst part of this journey is not getting any feedback. Again, coming from the academic environment, this is the closest thing that comes to mind, is when you present at a conference or a seminar somewhere to an audience live. You do the whole thing, you prepared for it, you spent hours and hours, and you knew what you wanted to give them and what kind of feedback you might need. But at the end of the presentation, nobody asks questions. This is exactly how it feels like when I upload a video and nobody comments or nobody gives any kind of feedback. Because, maybe I can see how many likes a video gets and how many people didn't like it, but I don't know why. And so I don't know how I can improve or what I can change to make it better. Or I don't know how long a video should be. How long do you want it to be? Do you prefer longer videos, or you normally lose interest after a couple of minutes and you would just give up on that video no matter what? So no matter the quality or the topic. I have no idea. And so I would love to know what my audience, so what you think about these videos, about these topics. Which topic would you want me to make more videos of? Or if you'd like me to focus on something else entirely, or maybe you would like me to focus on something that I touched quickly in some other video and I simply forgot about it, and you are there wondering why haven't I uploaded a new video about that topic yet. I simply don't know that you are interested in that unless you tell me. And so I struggle a lot with this, so the lack of feedback. Of course, it's not your fault. You shouldn't feel compelled to do anything. I'm just telling you how it feels from this side. And as a viewer, myself, I also struggle writing comments, so I totally understand. And unless I have something to tell the rest of the audience or the person uploading the video, I feel a bit odd about writing a comment. But maybe I try to interact with them, I don't know, on Instagram or on some other platforms if I don't feel comfortable enough on their YouTube channel. On the other side, there are some YouTubers that I simply follow and I've been following for years and years, and I feel like they're friends of mine somehow. And since I want to support them, I always click like, and I try to leave some sort of comment, or at least I reshare their videos on my Instagram account so that I let other people know, listen, I watched this video, it's good, go ahead and watch it yourself. So it's true that sharing is caring, because all the work that goes into videos and into content creation overall needs to be shared in order to give something back to the person who created it. Sometimes, just a little help, like, I don't know, send it to a friend of yours who might be interested, or like, or leave a comment, even if it's, I don't know, a smile or something. It's still helping the channel, and the more interactions I get, the more I understand how to behave for future videos, and the algorithm understands too. So YouTube knows who might be interested based on who interacts with me. This is what I learned over the past 6 months being on this side. Another issue that I have personally is I'm not only camera shy, I hate seeing my own face, even in the mirror. I truly hate it. I cannot stand my own face and my own body. So at first it was utterly impossible. It felt impossible. But then I don't know if I simply disassociate or I just lose connection with reality way more easily than I should. But once the video is on my computer and I start editing, I see the person in video as someone else entirely. So it's no longer me, it's someone from the past, and that version of myself doesn't exist anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know, maybe it's a bit odd. Maybe it's my way of coping with my own personal issues with myself. But I mean, it works because in the end I can manage to watch hours of my own videos, to edit them, and to get this product out for you. And what really matters for me is to send a message out, right? So I would make videos without showing my face. They would be preferable, but it would mean that first, there is no direct connection between you and me, looking at each other in a way. And so there's this lack of connection with a person talking to you. Second, it can even be more difficult, for me at least, to find enough videos or B-roll to use in all of my videos. And since I'm even more uncomfortable showing my own body than my face, to get B-roll that also feels in a way personal and coherent with my person and my experience, and this channel specifically, it would be a bit odd because I wouldn't film my body if I'm not comfortable with a certain situation and certain shots. So yeah, I decided maybe I can just live with having my face on the video, if that makes sense. Over the past 6 months, I also developed a routine. So I have my own workflow now. During the very first month, I uploaded, I think, just 2 videos. And at the same time, I was doing Vlogmas on Instagram. So I was busy getting used to that way of filming. So creating shorter videos, but every single day. So once that was done, I had the time to dedicate to YouTube instead. Since January, I've been uploading every single week. And I have figured out one day that is okay for me to upload. I still haven't figured out if you like me to upload on Sundays or you'd rather have the video up on some other days. Maybe one day you will tell me what you think and what's your preference. And on that note, similarly to comments and likes, the community post on YouTube can be helpful in that way. So if you don't feel like responding to some comments specifically to one video, but you still want to interact with me, and you maybe don't have other accounts on other social media platforms, then the community post might be good for you. But yeah, so I figured out when I should be filming, when I should be editing, when should the video be ready, and then if something goes wrong, I still have some time left between that moment and the upload time. So that's nice because I decided my own schedule and I still have room to do other things in between, which is something that I have done over the past months, like writing the children's book and other things, other projects, while I'm looking for a job. So that's also occupying a large chunk of my time. Finally, I don't know if this is hurting the channel, probably, but having ADHD and being the person that I am, I probably have too many interests. I want to make videos about too many different topics. I cannot stick to one topic only, such as, I don't know, academia, and that's it. It's boring. It's not entertaining anymore for me and for you, at least I hope, because I'd rather focus each week on a different topic, but still around the same, I don't know, 5 or 6 umbrella topics. So I don't know, about academia, so far I've done a couple of videos. One is AI in academia, and the other one was about academic publishing. And then about publishing, I also made a video about indie publishing because of the children's book that I released. And then about a children's book, there are a couple more videos. One is the book launch, so where I was telling you about the story behind the book and what's going on with that, but also the being a mixed kid, growing up as mixed, what that means, because that is what is behind the book. And then my movie series. So at least once a month I've decided to make a video about cinema, because I don't think I could ever get bored of talking about movies and TV shows. But also there are so many channels about cinema in so many different ways that again it gets a bit boring to me. And so I still want to talk about sci-fi. I'm still waiting for the moment to talk about Star Trek and so many more. I'm happy that I've done already Endeavour and Poirot, and I care a lot about these characters and their shows. But also I don't want to address cinema only on this channel, because then I also want to talk about other topics and other interests of mine. And you see, I keep jumping from one topic to the other. And I know it's not the best for a YouTube channel, because you should choose a niche and stick to that. But probably it will take longer to grow and to find an audience, and I totally get it. But I also want this YouTube channel to be a creative project of mine and a way to express myself, my opinions, my ideas, and share what I learn, what I'm interested in. If it's cherry blossom season, I have to tell you about cherry blossom season, because it's a major thing here. As well as in June, so this month, we have the biggest holiday in Finland, which is Midsummer, Juhannus. And I will probably film a video about that, because it's a major thing here in Finland. And as long as I'm here, I want to share this with you, even though it's not one of the topics that I originally intended to talk about on this channel. But I still hope you will find it interesting. And if you're not into vlogs, no problem, just stick to, I don't know, the cinema related videos or the academia related videos or whatever feels interesting to you. So this is my new reality, my new life over the past 6 months. A lot of things have changed, and I'm quite happy about this. And I find making these videos on YouTube quite fulfilling. So I will keep doing this for as long as I can. because it's fun, it's interesting, and maybe we both learn something new every week, you know? And if you feel like connecting, not only here, where you can subscribe and just stick around with my channel, but you can also connect with me on Instagram and other social media. Just feel free to do so if you feel like it. Otherwise, thank you so much for staying till the end, and I will see you in the next one.